Hello, parents. Pastor Jonathan here. Normally, before we go to camp, we have an all-parent meeting, usually after our church service. But I just thought to save some time, make it a little more convenient, I will just record a video and let you know 4 important things for us as we head to camp next week. The day is coming. So I'm so excited we get to do this. Thank you, parents, for your support and encouragement. For all that you do. We are here for you. We care about your students so much, but we also just love you guys. We know parenting is hard and difficult, but we are here for you. So here's the first one I want to let you know. We have goals in going to camp. You may be surprised by that, but our 3 goals are: first, growth. We want our students to know Jesus on a deeper level because they have come to camp. It's a really unique time for that we can set aside, have some good discussion, hear good teaching. It's a great time to grow in our relationship with God and to be with other people who want to do the same thing. The second goal that we have is safety. We care so much about your student. I know not as much as you, but we care about their safety, both physically, emotionally, spiritually. We want them to be safe. The third thing that we have as a goal in going to camp is fun. This is a great time. We want to have great memories. We want it to be an enjoyable experience where students kind of want to come back and they want to enjoy the fellowship that we have at youth group even more. So when it comes to our rules, there are a few rules about what we do, but every rule relates back to those 3 goals. So if we have any rule out there, it's going to be because we want to maintain those rules and those goals, especially, as you know, in regards to safety. And I just want this to be clear. If your student breaks rules that we set as the leaders of First Baptist Church Lake Butler's youth group, that can be cause for sending them home. And that's a long car trip. So I just want it to be clear that as the leaders, when we set out the rules, we expect them to be followed. So that's the first thing I wanted you to know, our goals and then how rules relate to those. The second thing is to just be a reminder that the packing list is out. I've tried to text it to y'all through a mass text, put it on the Facebook page. If you don't have it, please contact me. Just see that for what to bring and what not to bring. Third thing I want you to know is cell phones. Cell phones are an amazing invention. They're pretty crazy. But they can also really get in the way of great group fun time, and they can even be a cause for contention. They can be a way that the goals of camp are not met, including the growth aspect and the safety aspect, and taking away from others' fun. So we just want to treat cell phones wisely. And what we have done in the past, and we will do this year, so please hear me, parents, we are going to take your student's cell phone, except during the bus ride there and back, and during free time. So that means there's no late nights with phones. That means that while we are doing stuff like hearing the teaching, while we are in discussion, while we're playing games, not during free time, they're not going to have their phones. You won't be able to reach them by their phone. But you will always be able to reach the chaperones. We will always have our phones on us. All the chaperones are very excited. So if you don't have my number or Miss Mindy or Miss Jordan or Mr. Clint or Mr. Lucas, please get our contact info and we will always be able to be reached. Your student is always going to be reachable, but just through us. So just know that. Fourth and last thing is in regard to just some logistics about our trip. This is a long trip. It's a little over 7 hours to get all the way to Ridgecrest. And since check-in is a little after lunch, what we want to do is leave here by 5:30 in the morning. 5:30. That's early. That's so early. But what we want to do in order to do that is we want to ask you to do 2 things. The first thing is please be here by 5 a.m. I know, 5 a.m. It's a lot. Oh my goodness. It's going to be early. 5 a.m. is when we ask you to be here. But the second thing you can do this is optional, but we are asking you guys to do this, is if your student has like a large bag of stuff that they'll just access kind of throughout the week, they don't need for the trip, we're asking you to pack that ahead of time and bring it on Sunday. You could bring it Sunday morning, we'll lock it in the bridge, or you could bring it Sunday, probably around 7 p.m. We're going to try to load up the trailer that will be being pulled by the bus. Those are two things we're asking for you that will help us get out of here by 5:30, getting all those logistics. And if you were wondering, we're just going to be grabbing Chick-fil-A. A generous church member donated money so we can get everybody's meal for them, both on the way up and on the way back. We're so excited. Thank you guys for letting and entrusting your student to us. We're so grateful, and we want to steward that well. And we really do pray that those goals of their growth in Christ, their safety, and their fun would all be met this next week. Thanks, y'all.